Hi again. So, how are things going?
He looks excited. The tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush on the mirror in front of him. Let's try it.
The number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
Okay.
How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. I've got bad news for you, Andre thinks not. Let's go with the first one, with the dramatic one.
But you still are.
Thank you for your kind words, but everyone here sees I'm a disgrace to the uniform. I was good enough in this job to be awarded the rank of Lieutenant Yefreiter. I could have been captain, imagine that. Let's go with the second one, bit of an ego boost, I suppose.
What happened?
Disco happened. It smelled so impossibly sweet. Life tore me a new asshole. I happened to myself, or I don't know, disco happened.
I've been trying to say we need the next step in dance music to happen fast. Shut it.
He looks at his friend.
What? I have. I've said that.
Now, obviously that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there is still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent. He senses something is wrong.
This isn't the makings of a club, it's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You have only one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
That nosefed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life. What's your point, Lawbringer?
The ether in the air, a useful solvent, good for getting acting agent out of a solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
He smiles nervously. There is no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Preposterous, against the law, punishable by summary execution. I'll go with the third one because it's funny.
It's not.
His eyes are wide with fear. So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
We do this lawman style. First, you tell me everything, then I pass judgment. You tell me what's really going on and we'll work from there. I can be lenient. I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. Do what you want and I'll do what I want. Let's go with the first one.
Or else?
There's an audible clank as he lets a wrench drop into his toolbox. Or else I'll call backup and haul you all off to the pen for starters. Or my cut will be 100%. Haven't you heard I'm the dirtiest cop this side of the river? We'll see. Now speak. Let's go with the second one.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal. Because we are! We totally are!
Yeah.
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Whatever you think is right, sir. But please, we were only trying to make a living.
This is it. Judgment time.
Give me your cash, ask for a bribe first, pack up and report to Precinct 41, arrest them. Get lost, I don't want to see you again. Evict them. Let's do this clean, no speed lab, just a club for Nordic music. Proceed with the club. It wouldn't work without the lab. Do what you have to do to keep the club alive, or I have to look into the spooker situation before I can decide what to do with you. You know what? I'm sure the necktie would approve of this one. Let's proceed with the lab as well.
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhumane proportions. His teeth beam in the floodlight.
Respectable. I'm really feeling the science right about now.
It's probably not going to be easy. The spookers in the church are not going to be happy about this. It'll be tough, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I knew from the get-go we could count on you. We can make this work. The dance club will have a future.
That's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk to Noid. Autosave, okay.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
It's right here, and right here. And probably in other places, though I cannot see it right now. No, I think it's just in those 3 locations. Okay.
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Why describe it if you already know what I mean? I mean this one. Show the sticker on your ledger. Okay, it's a yellow circle, the human face, with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy is dead. Now let's show it to him on the ledger.
Oh wow! Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's super stupid. That's what it is. I think it reminded me of myself. You know what? Let's go with the second one.
Hey, it kinda does look like you. Surely a sign of things to come. What did you want to ask about it?
What's it supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death.
Okay.
Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
He could also be drugged out of his mind.
Or drunk. Or in a clinical coma. Or glad to be dead. But those versions suck.
I think I've exhausted this subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs alright now? I'll ask that later. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural? The supernatural, so you think it's real? That it actually exists? Let's go with the first one.
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural. So you think it's real, that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
Okay.
Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Okay.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, okay, maybe I'll come back later. I mean, we just talked about sign matching and they're not there yet. So let's wait on that for now and let's talk to my friend and yours, Egghead.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Okay, this dialogue tree is a bit of a maze, and only if you get to the right end point, you can really talk with him, and I don't remember how to get there, because it's been a while. But also you get funny dialogue if you fail, so it's all good. Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you? I don't know what to say to that. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
I remember this one really caught me off guard when I first played this.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Okay.
The
Let's
young
try
man
it.
with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Let's say nothing.
Hardcore!
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
Yeah, or you can yeah and say random things all day long, but the track still doesn't sound all that hardcore to me. Let's go with the second one.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born. And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law.
Okay.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large boyadero boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Still say nothing.
Internally coherent.
This is not gonna get us anywhere. Still say nothing.
All core! All right! Yeah!
He
Go on.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeble-ish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore!
Is it though?
Oh man, Egghead, I love you. He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too. I don't know what to say exactly. I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chick's checker. Yeah!
Yeah,
We're close.
says the young man with the tape player and the large boyadero boots. Oh right, it's the same thing again.
True, hard, full, core.
Okay, say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Say nothing.
All core! All right! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question. We're close.
Okay.
True. Hard.
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Say nothing.
Allcore. All right.
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore.
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
Okay.
We're close.
True. Hard. Full. Core.
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the
Say
mega.
nothing.
Internally coherent.
Say nothing.
All core. All right.
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Okay, it's solved. He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore.
Ooh, shivers. Hello, shivers.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal.
Okay.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Try to think if anything could make it hardcore.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
Feel the movement of blood through your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer, in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Okay, wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra. Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us. And I have a job to do instead of this absurd idiocy. Goodbye. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh!
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Okay. Okay, 92, huh? Let's try it.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move, like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick, so that you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know, I was thinking you would know. Nowhere, I'm not gonna become some sort of anodic cop too, I've got enough copper types already. I don't know, I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
Okay, I'll look into it. It's an official, in an official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder. Alright, I'll see if I come up with something on my own, a citizen's investigation. No, I really don't have time for this. Okay, I'll look into it in an official capacity.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Fan 8's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
It feels cold.
Does it?
He looks around looking for the cold. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, I've been there.
Oh, I know. I know this. I can tell you where it is.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that. I could have said that.
Yeah,
and the mosaic sidewalk.
exactly.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway,
Let's shake it off.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Okay.
Copman!
We could give him the smallest church, but that's not it. We don't have the tape we need. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
So you're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
he's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Palaceum. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Okay. It's good you're not a communist anyway. You should be an ultra-liberal. Communists are pansies. Can't fight invaders with internationalist babble. You need the strength of a pure nation. Okay. So my last one, I made him a communist. Let's go with the fourth one then.
I can do that. If you want that, I can be a conduit for the mystical nationhood.
Please don't turn him into a fascist.
Oh yeah, sure. This is exactly what we need.
Be a fascist, Egghead. Our future needs your help.
Aye!
He yells. You guess Egghead is a fascist now. Tell me something else, Egghead.
The nation rules the nation.
He looks at you with almost impossibly wide with an almost impossibly wide shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Welcome to Revachol. Almost there. Could use a bit more heart. You're wrong. The nation can't bend all to its will. Welcome to Revachol.
Welcome to Revachol. Welcome to Revachol. Mystical nationhood.
Oh boy, what have we done?
The bright future of Revachol reflects of Jermaine Egghead's giant smile. A world of Revacholian domination, where its shores are bereft of ill influence.
Oh boy. Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love.
Why would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
Really? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Really?
I think so.
That doesn't sound like a thing that would happen. Thank you for the story. Well, the lungs are where you hold the breath of your soul, aren't they? That doesn't sound like a thing that would happen.
But that's what everybody saw. Explain it as you please. But it doesn't really do to just deny it ever happened.
Okay. Yeah, you know, let's show him the tape anyways.
Tape! tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
What about this one? The smallest church in Sarsan?
Righteous!
He takes the tape and attaches it to the empty reel slot, hand over ear. He listens, then shakes his head.
No! No, can't do! This is gonna make people sad! This isn't sadcore!
He hands the tape back to you. Okay, never mind.
Welcome to Revachol!
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
Okay, let's leave the tent. I think it's about time we go to the Whirling for some karaoke, wouldn't you say? I think it's about time. The crowd should be gathered. Let's go to the map and go to the Martinez waterfront. Now let's see. How do we want to do this? Do I want to try to succeed at first and then go for a failure and stick with the failure? Because I feel like that's the right thing to do. You know, showing both. I think so. Let's talk to you first.
Can I help you?
God, I found a new bird. Damn it, I forgot to take it with me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a long, healthy trek back to the village. Back to the village, then back here, then back to the coast again. That must be 3 kilometers in total. Okay,